6 years ago, I was attending college and working towards my software engineering degree. In one of my courses, that was where I first met my fiance. We, of course, hit it off in what seemed like in a heartbeat. We both would talk about anything computer science related after our class ended. Our interactions would then lead us to study hangouts, and then on to coffee dates when we finally went beyond our tedious school-related conversations. We got to know each other better. We had so much in common other than us going for the same degree. Red flags never appeared. Sometimes I would see how he would get very excited and fascinated over coding, AI, etc., but I would just adore that because it was passion and happiness. It was never weird to me because I also love those topics too. We started dating, and as our relationship kept going, I realized that he has these phases where he would hyperfixate on something computer science related, and he'd kind of just forget about me. I just accepted it as part of who and how he is, since the phases weren't long. Up until he started using ChatGPT bot. This bot is all he talks and thinks about, and it's actually negatively impacting our relationship. He actually gave me an ick multiple times within the past few months of him constantly using this bot, asking heads or tails if me or him should visit his mother in the nursing home, playing rock paper scissors, and if he wins he gets to buy toilet paper for the house. If the bot wins, then I'd have to buy it. If we argued, he would literally vent to it, asking for different solutions and ways to communicate with me. We never had issues resolving our issues/arguments, up until he started using this AI. Anyways, we wouldn't talk all day, then when we both go to bed, he'd finally talk to me and say how he's been talking to the bot about our most recent argument, using sentences and steps that recommended to him. By the way, our argument happened due to his obsession and how it makes him forget about me. This wasn't the first time we had this argument, by the way. A few days later, my fiance came up to me saying how he'll finally reduce his time spent on ChatGPT. Things slowly started to get bearable whenever I'm around him, and we finally were able to, make love after so long. But guess what? Right when things were starting to get really good, he went on his laptop and asked the ChatGPT bot what are some nice song suggestions when I make love with my girlfriend, and it started listing songs by Lionel Richie, Frank Sinatra, Elvis, and so on. And he'd tell me to hold on a sec with his finger held up at me while he's adding these songs one by one on his Spotify playlist. I just left the bedroom without saying a word. It took him about 10 minutes to come out of the bedroom to check up on me, and I asked him why it took him that long, knowing exactly what his answer will be. I was asking the bot for ways to make it up to you, instead of venting about our trivial matters to it because, that's what you wanted me to stop doing in the first place. I literally went straight back into the bedroom to look at his laptop, and his question was, Magic 8 Ball, should I apologize to my girlfriend now or later when she cools down? First of all, that wasn't even a yes or no question, and second, the Magic 8 Ball response was to ask again later. That response was literally why it took him 10 minutes to finally check up on me. He literally lets this bot dictate his actions. I feel so unimportant and inferior to a bot for these past few months. He won't listen to me whenever I complain to him about his unhealthy obsession. I feel like the only way to get him to listen to me and finally realize how serious it is when I tell him that I'm breaking off the engagement, but it's not me bluffing. I actually will break things off with him because he doesn't take me seriously, and I should have been a bit more concerned about those hyperfixated phases when we first started our relationship 6 years ago.
Like and subscribe now for more.